you explain about global design project?
The GoGlobal design project is a cross-cultural educational collaboration between students from the Royal College of Art and KAIST in Daejeon, where we choose a subject of national significance and we explore this design project together.
And so, how many countries do you work together right now?
So this is the 8th GoGlobal project, and in previous years we've worked in Japan, in Thailand, China 3 times, and India. So the meaning of this project is to allow staff and students in design universities across the world to collaborate and to share information about how they work as designers, some of their local challenges, and also to look at some larger kind of global design issues that we can explore together.
In Korea, you choose DongDaemun Market as your subject. So why did you choose it to do your research or project? Is there any particular reason for that?
We chose DongDaemun Market because it's a very rich context. So there's lots of interesting stakeholders and user groups. There's the market holders, tourists, city visitors, the local government, and it has a very strong economic value to the city. So there's lots of interesting sort of social and communication design challenges that we can find to work on there.
Can you tell us about the process you take and do your research? What way are you using for your design project?
Yeah, so this is a very interesting question to think about how we collaborate on this educational project. KAIST has excellent design methods, so they have a great strength in using lots of different design methods to approach design problems and also developing new and innovative design methods. The approach of the Royal College of Arts Innovation Design Engineering programme is around what we call sort of like creative chaos. So we have a sort of very individually variable way of creating, and our students come from lots of different backgrounds. So it's very interesting to have these two different approaches to design in a collaborative project. So our students have different ways of working, as well as coming from different cultures and different educational backgrounds. So this makes a really fascinating combination of different ways of solving problems, and the students learn a lot from each other, and they can also bring quite unique sort of viewpoints as well to these interesting design situations that we find in Dongdaemun and the city of Seoul.
So when you talk about different perspective of the person, so
I mean, certainly some of the student groups are focused on, say, young people come to the market who want to buy fashions and they're not quite sure which are the best shops, so they've developed a big VDU screen that scans people's bodies and then shows them interesting combinations of clothes they can buy locally that's actually being projected onto their body. So this is very interesting. We then had another group, and they were looking at education, and they realised there's amazing knowledge with some of the market stall holders. They have great knowledge about some of the products they're selling, like the fish market or the meat or the fashion, and they came up with this idea of the Dongdaemun University. So this is a university where visitors can come to the market and they can get training from the market holders about different foods or different produce they're selling. So this is a great way to get some of the amazing historical knowledge from the market and help everybody learn about it.
When designers do like a service design project like this, and are they have any advantage over other people who doesn't have any education in design?
I think design is changing. So in the sort of 1980s, 1990s, our design focus was around physical objects. It was around making washing machines or televisions or mobile phones. And now designer's activity has changed, so now we've realised that it's not just about the product, but it's about the whole system or experience around it. So some of the sort of clever combinations of software and hardware have helped that type of situation to evolve. So Now designers are getting more interested in social problems, and we have a good skill set to work in social problems because we have flexible ways of thinking. We're able to focus on the needs of the user as well. So I think that sort of helps designers to be useful people to bring into this process, but it shouldn't just be designers. It's important that all the people who have an interest in this area and who have a value in this area collaborate to develop these solutions.
Can you tell us about RCA?
I can indeed.
Yeah.
So I can indeed. So the RCA is 175 years old this year, and it's based in South Kensington in London. It has 20 different departments that vary from painting, sculpture, photography, illustration, through to jewellery, fashion, design products, design interactions, architecture and innovation design engineering. So we take students from all over the world. And in my department we have students from 26 different countries, and they're from 16 different backgrounds. So we like to have people from all over the world to come and study. So we're a very global institution.
Many students in Korea interested in RCA.
Mm.
What they have to prepare to enter your school?
So students usually apply to our school with a portfolio of design projects, and we like to see potential. So we like to see what people could do with their education with us. And we have lots of students applying from Korea, and Korea is now the biggest number of international students in the RCA. So we have over 50 students from Korea. We're always looking for people who have an interesting, maybe an interesting twist, an interesting background, and also people who aren't finished. So we're looking for people who still have the potential to learn and who are interested to work in groups. So we do lots of group work on the IDE program, and I think for me it's people who have a passion and people who want to do big things. So we're not so interested in people who want to make beautiful objects, because, you know, by and large there's plenty of people who can actually do that. We're interested in people who want to take on the more kind of complex, interesting challenges that's on sort of like a regional level or a global level or a sort of industrial level. So yeah, we want people who are interested in changing the world, really.
Do you have any interesting things happen to you in Korea? You do research?
I do research. Okay, I need to think about it. I think actually it's lots and lots of subtle, sophisticated things. So it's hard to sort of say that there's one big difference between, say, where I live in London and Korea. I suppose actually my biggest surprise arriving in Korea is that for me it's a lot more advanced than London. You've got faster transport system, amazing communications, and the people are very open and very interested to talk about different subjects. And we found it very easy and a very enjoyable experience collaborating with all the different agencies that we worked with here, with KAIST, with the British Council, with SDF. Yeah, I think, you know, it's been a very exciting situation. Also, I think for me, there's an amazing passion and investment in design in Korea. So we see design everywhere. We see we see big manufacturers here, but we also see lots of design in people's daily lives. It's interesting that people have, you know, a very fashion conscious. They're buying physical design products that are very well chosen, and design has a high status here. So coming from a design master's degree, you know, this is a really important place for us to bring our students, because we see Korea as being a very important part of the global design scene, and it's changing fast, it's accelerating fast, and for us this is a top place to collaborate.
Just one more question, please.
Mm.
And there's some people say like design is not art, And they say like design is not an art. But when the design school has art part, like art department, so it's quite interesting. Like when they say a famous designer say like design is not an art, but people think like design is kind of art.
Yeah.
So what do you think about
It's, I think it's impossible to define the difference between art and design because they both overlap. I think in certain areas design has artistic qualities, but I also think that art is for artists. Artists produce work for themselves. I think designers produce work for society. We actually produce work. Our main motivation is to make a difference to large numbers of people. And so I think, design has a social responsibility, and I think designers have a motivation to improve the lives of lots of people.